Referring to Pantera's early spandex appearance, you remarked at a band meeting that these magic clothes don't play music. We do. Let's
right.
just go out there and be comfortable, jeans, t-shirt, whatever, and see where it goes.
That's true.
That's true.
Yes, we were heavily influenced by bands like Judas Priest. I still wear my spikes, Kiss, Van Halen, stuff like that in the early days. So we emulated our heroes.
Of course.
And that's what they wore, leather and spandex and spikes and all that stuff. And then bands like Slayer and Metallica came along, and the image thing was no longer important, and we felt the same way. We felt like it was all about the music, so we got rid of the image.
There you have it.
Another dispelled truth, well, that was a truth.
That was a truth.
That was a truth.
That was a true one. Pantera was originally named Pantera's Metal Magic, but was shortened to settle a disagreement between all the members.
This is untrue.
That's untrue, yes.
Very untrue.
What happened?
The first name that me and Dime ever came up with for the band was Gemini, following in the footsteps of bands like Journey, Heart, stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
Then it elevated from Gemini to Eternity, which was much cooler. And then one day in high school, when I was in the drum line, a guy suggested to me, man, you ought to call your band Pantera. I think I even remember his name. I think his name was Donnie Sowers.
Okay.
And he goes, and I said, what the hell's Pantera? He goes, oh man, it's the coolest race car there is. Started investigating and found out it meant Panther in Spanish, and really liked the way it just had a nice ring to it, and brought it to the band. I brought a logo in with a cat's head on it. It was the very first logo we ever had. Everybody loved it, and so we became Pantera from that point on, man.
Formation of Hell Yeah. You found it tough entering the studio where the last albums by Damage Plan and Pantera were recorded, but you felt that the dark cloud that was there went away due to everyone in Hell Yeah's positive energy.
Absolutely.
Totally.
The first song we wrote was Nausea. That was the name of the song. That's the first song, and
sort of represented your
it just felt like, we were all a little bit nauseous. I still, when we walked in, it still had Dime's handwritten notes for the second Damage Plan record laying on the console, and, all our platinum records. I mean, it was overwhelming, man. I walked in and I was like, I have these 4 guys I've never played music with before. Whew, man, it's going to be heavy, And so I sat down and I started playing drums. It all started coming back to me, and I really, really felt like Dime was there with us. I felt like he was patting me on the back and saying, this is what you got to do. You got to carry on. You got to keep going. And, man, it just started flowing after that, man. We wrote that first song the first day. We went back the next day, and we wrote like 2 songs a day for a week when we were in there, man. They were just fucking happening, man. And it felt like the right thing to do, and it definitely, as far as I'm concerned, pretty much saved my life, because I had no idea, where or what I was going to go,